What up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats are with another Skibidi toilet reaction. You guys have been hitting me up for the last day. Let me know. Hot Sauce ISO Toilet dropped a new theory on G-Man, and you gotta check it out because, as you guys know, ever since Skibidi Toilet 65, there's been multiple theories going on about G-Man, if he's been fake the whole time, if he died and then they made a fake G-Man, or if my theory is, which I think most people think, is that it was just a decoy, a fake G-Man to trap the Titans and hopefully blow them up while G-Man sipping pina coladas with scientist Skibidi. But before we jump in this, can you show ISO Toilet some love by subscribing to this channel? And if you enjoyed my reaction, please smash that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb-ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo, woo. Oh, roll it.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
You will be surprised as hell
Hi,
after this
ISO
video,
Toilet.
I promise you. I noticed something that
I'm
no
ready.
one else noticed before.
Oh,
I think you've
what you
guessed it's
got?
about G-Man. At first, I wanted to make a video where I would go through two versions of him and try to figure out which one was real.
He's a decoy. 100%. He hasn't been fake the whole time.
But you know what? While I was researching
What'd you
all the
find out, though?
details, I came up with a third, completely different version. At first, I thought the real G-Man was destroyed in episode 65, but he wasn't.
65.
Many of you said that the real G-Man was in episode 47 or 57, and he's actually on an upgrade right now, and the Titans
That's what I think.
destroyed just a decoy.
That's what I think.
But that's not true either. Grab your tea and snacks. This video will surprise you for real.
I ain't got
Here
no
we
tea,
go.
I ain't got no snacks,
The
bruh.
first thing one of my Instagram followers showed me was this Skibidi in episode 47.
It looks like
Look at him closely. He looks a lot like the guy who was under the G-Man mask in episode 65. These are the eyebrow-raising devices I told you about in the episode analysis. He's also got some kind of plate over his eyes. He looks very robotic. He doesn't have a cistern, and he has some kind of electronics instead.
I'll give you that.
Also, notice this sign right here. It looks a bit like this scientist sign there, but overall it's different. It's like Dafuk wants us to pay attention to this mutant. Since he appeared in episode 47 and there's a G-Man, so they're two different characters. So this Skibidi doesn't control this G-Man. It turns out that after the explosion, his toilet was destroyed and he was moved to a new one to run the fake G-Man. But was this guy the real G-Man?
I believe
Let's
so.
find out. Originally, G-Man looked like this. He had no lasers or anything like that. He also didn't have a stand on his toilet, but in future versions he had one. Apparently he can fly. We see that in episode 17. Also here, he's clearly not moving on the ground. Apparently he's floating in the air.
when he destroyed YouTube.
That's not surprising, since we saw flying Skibidi in episode 5. But then why does he need a jetpack? Okay,
I think maybe to move faster.
Episode 38 was the first time we saw an improved version of G-Man. His guns were weak then. He got armor and a new toilet. I mean, we thought G-Man was transplanted from one toilet to another. It's very simple. And so they can be transplanted somehow. But it's not true. Pay attention to this rim. It's very big here, and it's almost hidden in episode 47 and in the new versions. So these are different toilets for G-Man, but why? Why would you change the toilet? I think they are different clones. Let's call them the small-rimmed clone and the big-rimmed clone for now. It turns out no one changed the guns either.
I think, I don't know, man. I don't know. So obviously we have a lot more to hear his theory. I want to talk through this as we go on, but I think currently we've only seen two G-Men. The real one, the fake one. I think the only time that we've seen the fake one is with 64 and 65. I think all the other times, I even think when the Astro toilets were going after him. I mean, I know we've seen different lasers though too. The toilets, I don't know, man.
Just different clones have different guns. That said, in episode 47, there was also this guy, who then went on to run the Skibidi decoy. So there's another version of the G-Man. It turns out that there are a few G-Men, so far we've counted 3, and they're all different. That said, we see blood when Titan punches this Jimmy in the face. So the shell is made of real leather, which means they needed a real G-Man's face for it. Where would they have
They
gotten so
cut off
many
his
G-Men?
face.
For that, we should go back to the earliest episodes. Remember, we often saw little dancing characters as Easter eggs in these episodes? Let's count how many of them there might have been. Right here in episode 1 and 2, they're just dancing. Maybe it's the same G-Man. But here he's being run over by a toilet, so he must be destroyed or absorbed through the bottom of the toilet, I don't know. So the G-Man from episode 4 is a different clone. But as we remember, everyone who was in that episode turned into a Skibidi toilets. So this guy is now Skibidi toilet, okay? In episode 5, we see the G-Man dancing downstairs again. Turns out this is the third one of them. Let's assume this same clone is dancing at the disco in episode 6, okay? But this G-Man in episode 8 already looks strange. I'm sure it's another clone, the fourth of them. We never saw another G-Man in human form after that. Meanwhile, only one of them definitely turned into a normal Skibidi toilet. I think it's him in episode 7, but enlarged. In the earlier episodes, we saw the regular G-Man toilet, and he was most likely...
I don't know. I think sometimes, and this is just what I've learned from doing years worth of FNAF reactions and people trying to figure out FNAF lore, and I think sometimes we can look too much into things, right? I think sometimes, and I'm not saying that there aren't Easter eggs. 100% there's Easter eggs, 100% there's secrets. But I think sometimes creators just create stuff just to have extra stuff in there, meaning like they want extra bodies in there, so they copy and paste stuff. I don't know. And again, I could be wrong. All of us could be wrong. Toilet could be wrong. Because these are all theories. My theory, I don't think any of those matter or count. I don't.
Alive and real. That said, he was strong enough to resist flushing. But he was a typical Skibidi toilet. His flush
really
worked,
big.
and in theory, he could be destroyed that way. But now look at how this flush works. It's just a decoration. Remember how in the episode analysis I assumed this G-Man was real? I had my reasons, and now I'll remind you of them. This is where the hypno gun didn't work on him, so he was a robot? I thought if he was a robot here, he must have always been...
I think he's real there. I think if he was fake, he would have stayed and tried to fight. I think real G-Man would have been like, oh crap, I need to abort mission here. I need to get out. I'm about to lose. I think fake G-Man would have stayed and fought.
Been a robot? No, because I didn't realize what this thing was. I always thought it was a stand, but it's another upside-down toilet. Oh my god, look. That curved thing is just the edge of the toilet, and that's the cistern. How did I not see that before? So every Skibidi toilet that had this thing on it is a puppet being controlled by whoever was in that toilet. That's crazy, but it explains a lot of things. First of all, why this imposter's head is so small compared to the toilet? I mean, Skibidi scientist, maybe with his team of scientists and engineers doing some crazy experiments where they put one Skibidi in another to create this damn G-toilet, or rather his clones. Then the only real G-Man toilet was the last time in episode 35. After that, we only saw his clones, and we don't know what happened to him. But then you ask me, so this flying Skibidi was just a puppet for someone? That's probably true, but it doesn't matter. Maybe the scientists were just testing laser eyes. That would explain why the first clone was so desperate to protect the infected Titan with his body. I guess a real G-Man wouldn't do that. We can remember the first clone by the heavily sticking toilet. We never saw him again, by the way. Apparently during the next episodes, scientists created a second clone. He was already with improved guns. It is quite possible that this exact same clone we saw in episode 49, and then in 57th one. Maybe they were different guys. It doesn't matter. But this clone was needed for Titan's defense, so he has strong guns. Look at the damage he was able to do to the cameraman Titan.
Yeah, he did a lot of damage.
Compare that to this. Of course, these lasers are weak, even decorative. So when the G-Man is needed to take damage and possibly get destroyed, the Skibidi send a clone with weak cannons so they don't feel bad about losing them. But when the G-Man's function is to attack and take damage, a strong clone comes to the rescue to attack. It makes sense. At the same time, the real G-Man toilet himself is safe and not risking his life. This is genius again. I'm just shocked by this. Yeah, the hypno gun didn't work because it was a robot. And of course the camera woman's daughter.
I think it's because it was just too small of a gun. I mean, G-Man's super big. Again, right here, fake G-Man would have stayed and fought. Real G-Man, I'm gonna lose. Peace outie.
Art worked because the shell is made up of skin and muscle. Okay, then what did we see in episode 60? Remember I said it could have been the same G-Man from episode 57. It's just that his guns broke and he had new ones made, and then he met up with the Astro toilets. But that's bullshit. I didn't
Whoa!
notice at all these pieces of armor here that look just like this clone after the fight.
Oh!
Did they replace his 4 huge cannons but forget to align the armor? Of course not. Everything that happens in episode 60 is a performance for the Titans and the entire Alliance. They just put on a show in front of them, like the Skibidi are mad at G-Man for giving up the Titan. This was done just to make the Titans believe the next fake betrayal in episode 65. God, this is so genius that I wouldn't be surprised if—
Now that part I can see. I can see that just being fake, which makes the Titans think like, oh, hey, we should go attack now while they're discombobulated. But I don't know.
Speakerman's Titan is also fake. And the real one generally improves on the base so that without the parasite he can't function at all anymore. Oh, but I'm getting a little distracted. All right, what's the bottom line? Skibidi toilets have at least one clone with 2 old guns, unless they've been replaced on the decoy. They also have another clone with high-powered lasers that's being repaired somewhere in their base. And also, most likely, the very first G-Man toilet is a regular living Skibidi, and he also remained undamaged. We have no idea who's running these clones. Remember, I counted at least 4 G-Men in the early episodes? It all adds up. 3 were used for clones, and 1 became a living Skibidi toilet. I'm certainly not 100% sure that's the case, but too many things add up, and I'm really surprised about it. By the way, I don't know if the regular Skibidi toilets know the clones exist, but if they do, we might see a few of them at the same time. That would be interesting. That said, it's been a while since we've seen the original G-Man. I'm afraid to imagine how they might have improved him in that time.
OG gangsta,
Maybe
baby.
he's even increased in size and will turn out to be bigger than Skibidi Scientist. Who
Could
knows?
be.
Okay,
Maybe he's in
enough
a
theories
suit.
for today. I look forward to hearing your opinions about it all in the comments. Subscribe to my Instagram. There I post exclusive
ISO
material
out!
and show secrets before the YouTube video comes out. Also, I'm waiting for you on my Discord server. Scan the code or follow the link in the description. You might also enjoy these videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And that was me, ISO Toilet. See ya.
I love that. It's me, ISO Toilet. All right, fam, let me bring in. So, I know he did a good job bringing up some points. Again, remember, none of this is proven. My point's not proven, his isn't. None of us know except for Defook and maybe Creekcraft. But I think as of right now, there's only been 2 G-Mans. Real G-Man, who's sipping pina coladas on a beach with Scientist Skibidi, torturing cameramen. Fake decoy G-Man, whose sole purpose was to fight the Skibidi or fight the Titans while they nuked them. That's it. I think there's only been 2. I could be wrong. I think the other people size, I don't know. Again, I think we're looking too far into it. And I could be wrong. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And hey, again, just because I disagree with ISO doesn't mean I'm not hating. We can all have we can have a discussion. That's how we figure this stuff out. Just like FNAF. That's how we have to have opposing arguments. So I appreciate it. I like this, and he brings up some great points that I never thought of. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you show ISO some love by subscribing to his channel. If you join my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day, and remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats, and as usual, we kind of want to know. That's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Gonna be love. The Sasuke. Peace out, champ.